while this is happening, the politicians at the national level are making all kinds of promises to the people. These numbers come from the Heritage Foundation. Some estimates are as high as $75 trillion for Medicare, for Medicaid, for Social Security. These promises are not going to be kept. And so the people who really are the disadvantage while these financial guys are making all this money are the people in Montana, hardworking farmers, people who manufacture. They're depending on promises from government. The politicians are depending that this fraud will continue. It is not continuing. And go to the next slide, please. This shows the breakdown between the manufacturing profits and financial profits. These numbers come from the National Income Profit Accounts. Look what happened to manufacturing in this country since we broke the last tie to gold. And look what happened to the profits. Again, according to the National Income Profit Accounts, it peaked out at 40-some-odd%. There's a better analysis that was done by the University of Syracuse using a more expansive definition of what constitutes the financial sector. And they claimed it peaked out at something like 63%. Now go to the next slide, please. This I call fraud at the Fed. People want to believe in their institutions. I mean, even if something bad happens, you want to feel that it's an honest mistake. Now, the information on this slide comes from a book that Paul Volcker wrote with Toya Goten. Toya Goten was his retired counterpart from the Bank of Japan. And in this passage, Volcker describes a situation where the Federal Reserve helped phony up the balance sheet of the Bank of Mexico. And this is an out-and-out fraudulent transaction. So we transfer money each month the day before the reserves were added up, and then we take it back the next day. And the question that this raises for me, if the Federal Reserve is going to engage in this kind of fraud, where are the limits? What might they not do? And the answer is, there are no limits. And when Alan Greenspan said the Federal Reserve would create money without limit, we're talking about the complete destruction of the dollar. Which is why, again, this bill that you're considering is so important, because at least you mitigate the damage for some people in Montana. And go to the next slide, please. And here's a line from Paul Volcker, the author of this slide. And he has this right. He says, the global economy requires a global currency. You can't have volatility between foreign currencies. It destroys the international division of labor. And go to the next slide, please. Right down to the end now, folks. And so what is that global currency going to be? Is it going to be that which is mandated by the Constitution, the choice of free people, or is it going to be an irredeemable paper ticket? And go to the next slide, please. And in the event that you have gold, again, which the founders promised us, gold and silver, you have stable interest rates, stable foreign exchange rates, the whole system is honest, you don't have any special privileges, you have the rule of law, and most important, promises of future payment get kept. Whereas if you have paper money, you have volatile interest rates, you have volatile foreign exchange, the whole thing is flat out dishonest. You have special privileges for banks. We didn't have time for them today, but you have emergency powers, president's directives, executive orders, and most importantly, promises of future payment get broken. And we have plenty of examples of that with steel workers, with textile workers, with airline workers, and soon auto workers lose their pensions, lose their promises of future payment, all as a result of the irredeemable paper ticket money. And the solution to this, folks, and this is a real step in the right direction, I commend you very strongly for what you're doing considering this bill, is to reassert the monetary powers and disabilities of the Constitution. And you folks are looking at Article 1, Section 10. And the last slide, please. And this is a line from the American Federation of Labor in the election of 1896. They said, gold is the standard of every great civilization. And that is a fact. And thank you very much for your kind attention. I really do apologize for running over.
I think, Representative Wagner, I think what we'll do now is I know some people are traveling from out of town, and I think what we'll do is just let people come up, state their name, and that they support the legislation without giving testimony, but that would at least allow them to get on the record.
That would be fine.
So if we could have the first physical present proponent, please.
Yes. My name is Dan Happel. Edwin Vieira, Dr. Vieira is the stepfather of this bill. I'm Uncle Fester. I think that after you go through the information that we're providing, you will find that there's only one conclusion to draw. I am a lifelong Montana resident, And I can tell you that I'm here for one reason only. I want to protect my children, my family, my grandchildren. I have no axe to grind except that I know where we're heading. I'm an investor. I know where we're heading if we don't get back to sound money. And I would really, really like you folks to consider that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Knapp. The next opponent.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Thomas E. Tuck, that's T-U-C-K. I am Vice Chair of the Gallatin County Campaign for Liberty. And I just want to say that this document here, the Constitution of the United States, is a compact between the people, the states, and the federal government. And the federal government is a creation of the states, not the other way around. And if they're not going to hold up to their part of the contract, that's no reason why the state should not hold up to its part, which is to make nothing but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts. Thank you.
My name is Stan Jones, J-O-N-E-S, from Bozeman. I'm a Montanan, born and raised in Montana. I've run for public offices over the last 8 years, 3 times for governor, twice for U.S. Senator. In every campaign, I have had a proposal to have the state of Montana adopt gold and silver coin as currency. We're way behind schedule for doing this. If we don't do it now, the chances are that the people of Montana are going to suffer greatly. As Tom just said, the Constitution requires the states to have nothing but gold and silver coin as currency. That's a requirement on the states in the U.S. Constitution. And most all of us in this room have taken an oath to uphold that Constitution, including me as a retired military. I took the oath. I still am a guy that intends to uphold the oath. And I think that anyone with integrity will uphold the oath. They will do what is right by their oath. And that is to make gold and silver coin the currency in the state of Montana. I support this bill. It's a way to bring it in gradually without having a severe impact. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Ted Williams, W-I-L-L-I-A-M-S. I stand in support of Bill HB 639 for the reasons that we have all seen and heard. I respectfully would ask each of you to vote yes and put Montanans on a sound monetary system. Thank you.
My name is Dane Clark, C-L-A-R-K. Thank you for your time and service and for being here and hearing this. This is a great opportunity for the Treasure State. We can lead by example. We are one of the few states that is not in the red, and hopefully we can set that example for other states if this bill goes through. Please look into it and thoughtfully go over every single piece and listen to the people that you're representing. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Anthony A. Buechel. That's B-U-E-C-H-E-L. I'm a 40-year resident of the state of Montana. I value gold and silver very highly, its stability, its foundation, and I appreciate you support this bill. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sean Bailey, and I would like you to support HB 639. To weigh carefully and consider all the words and documents you've seen here today, and let's not miss the historic opportunity to put Montana on a sound economic track. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Garrett Guyman, G-U-Y-M-O-N. I'm a resident of Fayette County, and I just came here to say I'm in strong support of this bill, and hopefully I don't have to remind anyone what our state motto is. Thank you.